So Payday 3 has released their second dev diary earlier this week. I apologize greatly for not being ready for when it came out. I had a bit of a medical problem with my ears. Let's just say, without going into too much detail, I was deaf in one of them for a couple of days, so I was literally staying away from all tech, things like that. I took a bit of a time off. Planned to upload this yesterday, so I apologize I didn't. But I'm here to react to episode 2 of the Payday 3 dev diary series. I've had a couple of comments from people telling me that there's not really too much going on here, but because it's based on platforms and there's no doubt going to be talking about console, I want to react to it and give my thoughts on it. I asked last time which one you guys prefer, and almost all of you said you wanted the reactions to be part of this video. So timestamp will go on screen right now. If you want to skip ahead basically and not see the reaction, just see my thoughts, so that way everyone's happy. If you don't want to watch the reaction, skip ahead, go for it. There's a chapter marker thing on the screen, go for it. But apart from that, let's get into this and react to episode 2 of the Payday 3 dev diary series. Let's get back on the content grind. I said 3 videos a week, and let me tell you, next week, got some big things cooking. Stay tuned. Here we go. Let's watch episode 2. I hit play and it didn't work. Wow, well done, Troy.
What are we allowed to say?
I still think these are so well put together,
For us,
by the way.
The most important thing is keeping our community together. Making sure that no matter who you are, what platform you play on, you have the same great experience. My name's Craig McLeod, and I'm the executive producer on Payday.
Don't know why the subtitles aren't working, but that's fine.
One of the most important things is really drawing the right learnings from our mistakes in the past.
Well, that's the main thing, is getting console players to trust you. Ooh, the gameplay's cool.
The console editions of Payday 2 is the rockiest of roads that we have had, right?
That's putting it mildly.
Bumps in the road, and I think our console heisters are the ones that have gotten the brunt of it, really. And I think it's super unfortunate, because a fact is they do not deserve it. On the contrary, it's our fault historically, whether it's been technical challenges that we've had as a studio, an inability essentially to deliver them the experience they want.
So how are we working with consoles now? I mean, consoles are, first and foremost in our minds, because we're...
I just want to say, by the way, so far, I know they're going to talk about consoles, but like the game, is it just me or is the gameplay more interesting than some of what they're saying? Not that what they're saying isn't interesting, but we're just getting really cool snippets of gameplay just like laced in here. It's kind of like the first episode where they were showing you bits, but there's like some cool stuff with like snipers I just saw in here that seemed quite cool. So, I don't know, there's some good stuff going on here. But let's hear. I mean, all I'm hoping they do here basically is say what I've been saying the whole time about, the engine hopefully making things better. We'll see. Let's see what they say.
Very conscious of the fact that they were dropped previously. We are committed to making sure that all of our releases are across PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox X and S.
Good.
And you'll notice that when I'm saying this, I'm saying we're only on the latest generation of consoles, and there's a reason for this. The reason is because we realized that to create the best version of the game that we could, we wanted to be on the latest technology.
And I'm not surprised by that at all, and I've said this before on the record, so to anyone who is still on an Xbox One and a PS4, firstly, I feel for you guys, I really, really do, because it was something that I didn't enjoy saying whenever someone left a comment, but as far as I'm concerned, the thing you always see with video games now, whenever there's a new generation of consoles, is that you get about a 2 or 3 year grace period where games will be available on both platforms, and you start to see the performance be a bit different between the two. I mean, the only one I can think of most recently, for all its controversy, was Hogwarts Legacy, because that came out on Xbox Series X, and then I think 2 months later came out on Xbox One. It was a much more kind of toned down, not as detailed kind of version from what I've heard. I haven't played it myself, but I've heard that it's kind of like a bit of a difference. That's why it took longer. So we were getting to this point where I knew kind of with Payday 3 eyeing 2023, it being 3 years since the new consoles came out, it's just a bit of a rough situation. Thankfully, the console's a bit more readily available. Financially, that may still be a struggle for some people, so I hope that you guys can get the consoles whatever way you can, from earning money or getting gifts to them or whatever, because I can't really say I'm surprised with them making a modern game on a modern engine in 2023 that it's only going to run on new consoles. It sucks for a lot of people, but hopefully as time goes by, more people will upgrade and you'll all be able to play it. Fingers crossed.
We have a vision of creating one Payday community. So to do this, we need to tie everything together. For us, that's Starbreeze Nebula. By having our own accounts to tie things together with, we're able to have an easy first step to enable things like cross-progression that might otherwise need complicated solutions in order to work.
It's confirmation.
Starbreeze Nebula so we can maintain a single community across all platforms, instead of having to divide people who, in essence, are all fans of the same game.
It's not even in essence, that's just a
whatever
fact.
Tools we decide to create at Starbreeze are to the benefit of the players and our ability to make the best games we can. I think it's that simple, right? like you touched on, I understand that there are some that might be apprehensive towards signing up for new things, but the players have to remind themselves, I think, that we're here to build something beautiful over a long period of time. And in order to do that, you need to set a proper technical foundation in order to achieve that.
What would be my message to the Payday 3 community? I want to say thank you for being so welcoming, actually. It's really great to be invited into the Payday community, into the family. I think we're going to do something great over the coming years, and I'm just really excited to be a part of it with all of you.
I'd like to give a shout out to all the console players out there who over the years, even though it's been a bumpy road, have decided to stick with us through thick and thin and support us. And I'd just like to say thank you for your support, and that we as a studio salute you and thank you for that. And we're looking to make our best effort in making you a happy heister.
Oh, that's a good answer.
Oh, yeah?
Damn, that was good. I like it.
That's pretty good. Oh, why is he staring at the cat? Oh, it's outtakes.
Nico's gonna post stuff.
Okay, all right. So that's Dev Diary number 2. There we have it. So right off the bat, I can immediately see why everyone was saying there wasn't as much going on there. They didn't have tons to say. I'm still glad this got its own episode. And it's kind of what I'm thinking, because I think episode 8 or one of the later ones, I'll put the map of them on screen because that was also shared recently. One of them is called Narrative and Sounds. I mean, I would have personally argued you could have done episodes on each of them, but it may well be that they haven't got tons to say, so they've combined them. Could be a similar situation here. There was less than 4 minutes of them talking about console before they even got to the outtakes, but I am really glad they gave this its own video, because as a lot of you know, and as they've acknowledged there, which is also what's really important, consoles have always had the short end of the stick. I know with Update 237, PC's feeling a little bit of that, especially the Linux players, but like historically, it's been a very console-based problem where Payday 2 just hasn't had the support. It's been down to tech issues and them having to basically plan how many staff they've got, what the budget they've got, and what capability they've got tech-wise into what they can do, and they had to push it to PC, which has always sucked. I've always hated that, but I've always understood what was going on behind the scenes, which some people don't, and that's fair. Some people are just straight-out angry. It sucks, but I don't blame them. The one thing they didn't say there, but that I think they're kind of trying to dance around almost, is there's going to be people who are still going to be apprehensive about playing on consoles even after hearing that, about picking it up. Why should I buy this game on console when it's never worked before? And that's fair. But I like that they've made steps here to acknowledge, you know, we did mess up, there were technical difficulties. I think they've honestly not pushed enough about the engine, because the engine is a big thing that I felt personally would improve it. And I'm kind of surprised they haven't said as much about that. That's just me personally. But I also like them explaining Nebula, because that's something that I've started to see people talking about in my comment section, to be replying to a bit. Starbreeze Nebula, for anyone who's not followed it just yet, is something you've been able to connect to Payday 2 for about a year now, and you get a couple of suits and things like that if you do so. They're trying to onboard it ahead of time with Payday 3 so that people sign up to it knowing you're going to need it in Payday 3. It's just like if you play a Call of Duty game today, I think from, was it Modern Warfare 2019 onwards, where it was all cross-play between platforms, might have been Cold War, I don't remember, but you need to have an Activision ID to play the game, and if you have an Activision ID, that's how you add friends cross-platform and play games, all that kind of thing. So it's a very similar aspect here. You make a Starbreeze Nebula account, you can connect to Nebula friends regardless of platform, and play via crossplay. Seems fine, and it seems like a much better execution than what they've unfortunately tried to do with Payday 2, because that seems very much like it was just kind of tried and not super well executed. We've been over it before. I don't need to dance all over it again, but I'm glad they've started to explain ahead of time you'll need a Nebula account. And for anyone who's watching this who still doesn't have one and knows going into this you're going to need one now, I'll leave a link in the description so you can go and sign up and make an account. You get some like bonuses in it. Also, I think helps with Twitch drops. Oh no, you need it for Twitch drops. What am I even saying? You can get ahead of the game basically and get all set up for when Payday 3 releases. But I'm glad that they've talked about it a little bit and kind of acknowledged the consoles are going to be getting more attention and basically just parity. That's what we've wanted the whole time, parity between consoles and PC. And what I've said, the Payday community has always felt very, very disjointed. It's always felt as though there's the one community on the PC, there's the one on the Xbox 360 and PS3, there's the one on Xbox One and PS4, there's the one on the Switch. One community for Payday 3, that needs to be paramount. And from what they're saying there, it's clearly going to be. So I don't really see them going back on that now. And if they did, then I mean, every console heister on the planet would just turn their nose up at them, and I'd be the same. I'd be like, no, this is just getting stupid now. I also just want to say, completely separate to that, I'm going to roll all of it now. There was a lot of interesting gameplay tidbits there of stealth and loud gameplay that I'm not going to super analyze, because honestly, I just feel like we're going to get more of proper kind of gameplay demos soon. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I mean, I'm hoping that's where we're going. We got one with Heist soon, so I'm hoping they actually show more details there, and I want to break down things more, and we've got more to say. but I am going to roll it all here because it's just as they were talking, I was like, there's some really good gameplay footage here that I really, really like. So I'll roll it all over here. But ladies and gentlemen, those are my thoughts on Dev Diary Episode 2. As I've said, there's not tons to say about it. It's just nice that this exists. It's not like the first episode where I was like, could Houston be returning? I might actually do a poll, by the way, because some people really did not believe that Houston was returning based on that outtake clue and think I was jumping the gun. If I am, I do apologise, obviously. But I might do a poll and see what you guys think, because I mean, me personally, we don't know who the other 2 heisters are. I'm hoping one of them is going to be a girl. As soon as you've opened it up to 6 heisters, you can't just say they're all blokes now because they just are. With the core 4, it made sense, but now there's 6. I hope there's at least 1 female heister, but that wouldn't stop Houston from being one of the other 2. So who knows? We'll see. But yeah, there's less to analyse here in terms of theories. There's things to look at with the gameplay, but it's just nice to know console got this chance to be, you know, clarified a bit sooner, that this was addressed as one of the earlier Dev Diary episodes. So I'm really grateful to Starbreeze for doing that, to try and make those kind of repairs almost. So I really do like that. It's really good. But either way, we're going to leave this video here. So thank you all very much for watching. If you've enjoyed, as always, make sure you click that like button and hit the subscribe button to stay in tune with all Payday 2 and Payday 3 news, mainly Payday 3 these days at this point. I'll be back with several videos I've been cooking up that I obviously couldn't release with me having medical problems this week. So I'm going to try and maybe release a couple more next week to compensate, keep you guys excited. Maybe I'll do a couple of days of daily uploads. That could be a challenge. Let's not promise that just yet. We'll see. But either way, I really appreciate you all being here. But I'll be back at the very least on Tuesday for the Crude Awakening Heists release on Payday 2 on PC. As long as it doesn't get delayed again, but I feel like it was going to, it would have been by now. And I know there's been some fixes releasing that have slowly patched over the matchmaking issues, so fingers crossed, we'll all be good on Tuesday. But either way, I'll see you all very soon in the brand new video. Until then, look after yourselves, stay safe, and I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching.